Okay, now one of the key factors that's very important for you guys to play with and experiment with would be the size of that, let's just call it free aim zone, because that determines at what engagement distances a player should be reliably able to directly face a threat, rip off shots without, and point firing, just rip off shots. At what distance should that player be able to do that and reliably land rounds on target? Okay, so let me kind of give you an example here. If that free aim box is too big, okay, and this is one of the complaints a lot of people have had, and rightly so, against the Red Orchestra series, is it has a pretty big free aim zone. So what that would mean is the muzzle could be off quite a bit. Like it could be off by this much to the left or this much to the right, right? So as I'm coming up, someone danger close, right here, close contact ranges, there's a chance in that game, because the zone is so large, there's a chance for players to miss shots at these ranges. And to me, I have lots of experience with shooting, tons of pistols. I do some rifle stuff too, but mostly pistols is my go-to. This type of distance is a no-brainer. 100% guaranteed. You can wake me up in the middle of the night, I'm going to land them right there every time. In the pie plate, guaranteed point firing. It's okay. When it gets to about here, I'd still feel comfortable, right? But it starts not being, if we're talking pie plate size, okay, I can do it, right? If I can do it. A nice calm day on the range, I'll do it. When lead's flying back at me, okay, all that stuff's going on, the adrenaline and stuff, that's a different thing. But for the sake of discussion, let's just assume ideal conditions. Yes, I'd be able to. This still feels confident with this. Start getting beyond this, okay, and this starts becoming a gray zone, okay, where if I have to, yes, I'll instinctively shoot. But we're talking if someone, let's say I have a friendly right next to that person, and I really need to make sure this round goes in a very specific spot. I don't have much room for error. Okay, yes, I'm gonna take a moment and acquire my sights just to confirm. Okay, so what this would mean is my thinking on this is what you guys could use as kind of what you guys could use as your kind of reference would be the width of a human, the average width of a human from shoulder to shoulder. And the idea being, at whatever engagement range you feel like a player should be reasonably confident that their muzzle is within that width on the target, that is kind of what helps you gauge where to make that size. So we can move the camera around. I'll overlay a character here so we can see what I'm talking about. So is it at this distance you want to be able to hit? Again, and go back to this. Imagine I'm shooting, I'm looking, I see a threat, I face the threat. Right there, at what point should I be really good at hitting that target, point firing instinctively? Is it this range? Is it, of course I'm getting out of the weeds here, but is it a longer range like this? To me, this is pushing it. But again, that's for you guys to decide. To me, it's pushing it. Something at this far, you start kind of losing the magic of what free aim actually introduces. If it gets to where it's closer, again, picture the situation. I'm here, I'm coming, I'm moving, I'm doing all this stuff. I turn, target, right there. Should that be a clean shot? In my mind, yes. But that's just me. Again, this is personal preference training, all this kind of stuff. It differs from person to person. But that is a thing to explore.